Hello everyone, welcome to English class. Dear students, today we are going to continue the chapter number 7 Chandni from the book An Alien Hand. I hope you all have read the first and second part of the chapter. Today we will complete this chapter with part 3. So let's start reading. First of all, let's talk about what we had read yet. As we were reading about Abu Khan, who lived with his pet goats in Almora, and all goats left him one by one. He bought a new young goat and named her Chandni, and she lived with him for many years. But she too was attracted towards the top and ran away from Abu Khan's hut. But what have happened with the Chandni? Let's read in the part 3. So Chandni reached the hills. It seemed to her that the old hills, dear students, I am reading on page number 49. Open the books, page number 49. After key points, I am going reading the para. Chandni reached the hills. It seemed to her that the old hills were standing in a row to welcome her. She felt like a child meeting her parents after years of separation. Wherever she went, the tall grass rose to embrace her. The flowers bloomed to amuse her, and the wind sang an endless song of welcome. How different all this was from her past in the prison house of Abu Khan's compound. It was the happiest day in Chandni's life. So, dear students, in this para, the complete delightful feeling of Chandni had been described. In this para, we are going to read about how she felt when she reached on the hill tops. So Chandni reached the hills, and it seemed to her, and she was thinking, and she was imagining like all the hills were standing in a row to welcome her. Okay, as we see some, if we went there somewhere and for welcome the chief guest, some persons stand in a row. So similarly she was feeling like that, and she felt like a child. Means suppose one child got separated from his parents, and after many years he met them. So how he felt at that particular time, same feeling she was enjoying when they was there, and she was just feeling like a child when a child met to his parents. And wherever she went, the tall grass rose to embrace her, as she was enjoying the fields of the hilltops. So wherever she went, wherever she was going, she was enjoying the grass, and it was like the grass was rising up to hold her. The flowers bloomed to amuse her, and flower was bloomed flower. Okay, so it was like amusing her, attracting her, and wind sang an endless song of welcome, and sweet breeze was were blowing, and it was like the wind was singing a song. How different all this was from her past in the prison house of Abu Khan's compound. So all these things were different, completely opposite, and now she was comparing Abu Khan's compound as prison house. So it was like jail for him when she was living in Abu Khan's compound, and now the different things were completely different, and it was the happiest in Chandni's life. So it will become the happiest day of Chandni's life, because she always wanted to be on the hilltops, and now she is there. That day, she played for hours on the grassy slopes of the hills. She met a herd of wild goats who asked her to join their group, but Chandni politely refused. She wanted to enjoy her new freedom all by herself. So, what happened then? For many hours, for 2 3 hours, as at night she went there. So till morning she reached there, and yes, for many hours she was on the grassy slopes of the hills, and there she met a group of wild goats who asked her to join their group. But Chandni completely refused, because she wanted to enjoy her freedom all by herself. She didn't want anybody's company, so she refused the group of wild goats and went from there, and was enjoying alone the complete beauty, as you here see. And we will read the description of this picture later. So, should she go back to the safety of Abu Khan's hut? No, she said to herself. Death in an open field is far better than life in a small hut. The wolf had come out of the bushes and was staring greedily at Chandni. His eyes were shining like burning coals in the darkness. He seemed in no hurry. He knew the new coat was his. So what happened? Now she was talking to herself, okay, and she was thinking about like should she go back to the safety of Abu Khan's hut, as if she need safety, then she must go back to Abu Khan's hut. But the answer was no, because according to her, what was the statement? Death in an open field is far better than life in a small hut. For her, if you are living a long life in a small hut, then it is worse, and if you are meeting to the death in an open field, then it is much better. So she decided to stay there only. The wolf had come out of the bushes. So now she was thinking about the death in open field here. So the wolf had come out of the bushes for the time to meet the wolf and was staring greedily at Chandni. Staring greedily because Chandni would become his food. Who is his wolf? So wolf was looking at Chandni very greatly because it was like her his food. So his eyes were shining like burning coals in the darkness. The fire like shine was there in the eyes of wolf, and he seemed in no hurry, and he was very relaxed. There was no hurry because he knew the new god, means the Chandni, was his only, and he was able, who wolf was able to capture and to kill the god. The wolf and the god sized up each other. The wolf was big and ferocious, whereas the god, though healthy, was small, but small is not weak. Charlie stood firm on her legs, head slightly bent and horns jutting out. She was a picture of courage. She looked like a brave soldier ready to fight a treacherous enemy. I must put up a good fight, Chandni thought. Success or failure is a matter of luck or chance. So as we had seen in the picture, they both were in front of each other. So when they were standing like fighters, before to start the fight, they just standing in the middle, and they were looking at each other, and they sized up each other, means they were just checking the size of each other. And the wolf was big and ferocious, whereas the god, though healthy, was small. So what was the difference? The wolf was very healthy, big in size, but the god was healthy but small in size. So wolf was bigger than god, but small is not weak. As she was small, but it doesn't mean that she was weak. Okay, so small is not weak is a general statement. And Chandni stood firm on her legs. So Chandni stood strongly on her legs, means nobody could move her in this way. She's just put all the force on his legs, and head slightly bent and horns jutting out. So just look at the picture, as god is here, she just slightly bent down and horns are jutting out, and here is the wolf, just they were looking at each other and sizing up each other. She was a picture of courage, as she was standing firmly, she was standing strongly. So it was like for pausing for courage, bravery, and she looked like a brave soldier ready to fight a treacherous enemy, as a very dangerous enemy was in front of her, and she was like a brave soldier who was ready to fight. I must put up a good fight, Chandni thought, and she was thinking like I must put up a good fight, means she wanted to fight in with her best efforts, and success or failure is a matter of luck or chance. Okay, so she was ready to put all her efforts to make this fight a good fight, and according to her, success or failure is a matter of luck or chance, means whosoever would be lucky will be the winner, or whosoever would get good chance would be the winner. So the fight began. It went on through the night. The moon, which had been watching the fight, began to grow pale and suddenly hid behind the clouds. The stars also began to disappear one by one. A faint light appeared in the east, and the morning call for prayer came from a distant mosque. So, what happened then? The fight began, and who was watching? Who was uh, observing the fight? The moon. Okay, so it went on through the night. For the whole night the fight was going on, and the moon, who was watching the fight from the beginning, began to grow pale. Grow pale means it was time to say goodbye for the moon, and the sun was coming up, and suddenly hid behind the cloud. So what happened? Suddenly he hid behind the clouds, means it was the time for morning, and the stars also began to disappear one by one. A faint light appeared in the east. Okay, as you can see the sunrise, how it rises. Yes, slowly rises. So a little faint light, okay, appeared in the east, and in the morning call for prayer came from a distant mosque. From a distant mosque, a far away, a mosque was there, and from there morning prayer was there. It means it was the time of early morning, when the moon disappeared, stars has gone, and the sun was ready to come out. The first rays of the sun saw Chandni lying on the ground. She was completely soaked in blood. The wolf, tired and sleepy, was getting ready to devour her. An assembly of birds perched on top of a tree nearby was debating the result of the fight. Who is the winner? One of them asked. The wolf, of course. Most of them said. A wise old bird declaimed with confidence. Chandni is the winner. So, dear students, what happened? First rays of the sun saw Chandni lying on the ground. As sun rose from the east, what he said, first rays of the sun saw Chandni lying dead on the ground. Okay, and she was completely soaked in blood, smeared with blood completely, and the wolf, tired and sleepy, was getting ready to devour her. Means for whole night they were fighting each other, and the god Chandni fought with full of efforts. That wolf became tired and sleepy after the long fight, but as he was the winner, because he just because now who was dead, Chandni was lying dead, so he was ready to devour her, to eat her, to grab her. An assembly of birds perched on the top of a tree nearby. So nearby area, like trees were there. So group of birds reached there, and they were debating on the result of the fight. As everybody knew that a fight was there between wolf and Chandni, and who is the winner? They were debating on the topic, like who was the winner. One of them asked the wolf, of course, as if one some from two fighters, one is lying dead, and obviously another fighter who is alive, obviously the winner. But most of them said, a wise old bird declaimed with confidence, but an opposite remarks was also there, which was given by a wise old bird. According to him, Chandni is the winner. Chandni was the winner, because what was the reason behind saying like Chandni is the winner? Reason was Chandni had fought for whole the night with full of bravery and full of efforts, and she put that kind of efforts, like wolf become tired, okay, and sleepy. So it was the good luck of wolf as he become winner. Otherwise the actual winner was Chandni. So here is the end of the chapter. Thank you so much.